I'm Leah Romeo. I'm the playwright for Green Whales, and at the time that I wrote this play, which was several years ago, I was really interested in and intrigued by love stories generally. I mean, I think people sort of write the stories that they need, and at that time, that was what I needed, was love stories. That was on my mind, was relationships and how people get together and fall in love and find each other. And so I was writing a lot of variations on that, and I was really fascinated by this cultural concept we have of how a love story works, like what we see in romantic comedies, like the boy meets girl sort of paradigm, and then how different that is from how love stories generally work in real life, and what twisted variations on that concept might be possible. So that was sort of the genesis of this particular play. Was I want to tell a love story, but I want to tell a love story that's weird between these kind of messed up, damaged people, and then it just kind of grew from there. I'm really not a visual person, and so when I write for theater, I don't write with like this dream or vision of what the set's going to be like, and so it's always awesome to me, like when I get to meet with the designers or when I just walk in and see the production and see how these other people that do have those talents have realized what I came up with, because it's not usually like, oh, I had this idea and then it wasn't like that. It's like, oh wow, this is amazing the way that they visualized this story. So I've seen a couple of productions of this play already, and the set for the first one was really cool. It was on a turntable, and it was actually this cube where different parts of the cube folded down and were the different scenes in the play. So it was this crazy concept, and I was just blown away when the set designer brought that in, because it was also my first full-scale professional production. I was just like, wow, this is amazing, you know? But, I mean, basically, it's just fascinating to see the different ways that different designers realize the play in different spaces, and I'm always happy to see all of them, really. So, the original character of Karen was somewhat inspired by this Law and Order episode where this woman who looked a lot younger than she actually was with a man, and they kept getting arrested or getting in trouble, or I didn't actually even see this episode, but a friend of mine told me about it, and I was like, I love that. That's an amazing relationship story right there. I want to work with that. So that was the original genesis for that. As far as the other characters, I don't know. They're definitely not based on people in my actual life. So I just made them up, basically. I definitely don't have a particular message I want people to leave with. I think it's more that I would like people to leave asking questions. And I think that's something that theater does an amazing job of doing generally, is making people ask questions and making the audience reconsider their assumptions or the ways that they think about things. So, I mean, I'd like the audience to be thinking about, like, what does it mean to be in love? Why is it so important to us? Can people who are broken or damaged in some way find completeness through another person, or do they need to find it on their own? And is it actually worse for them to end up with someone else who's also damaged in some other way? And, you know, what does it mean to be able to be loved? Are there certain people who can't be forgiven for the ways that they are, or the things that are wrong with them, whatever that means? Or can everyone be accepted on whatever terms